like that.
A 14th limb, but I don't have a 8th through 11th. Yeah. All right, so we got Pieces of Heart in Link's house as we're starting off today. Both players starting in the same location, look to be going in the same direction. We get a real quick map check. Looks like we had Crystal 5 in Eastern and a couple of non-red crystals in the other two locations.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you see all three pendants in the Dark World, because one of the things that everybody loves Tears of Force is the dream of a pedestal seed, and with all three pendants being in the Dark World, that significantly reduces the chances of a pedestal being required.
That is correct, because many more items are generally required
for the... Hi there, Hammer. How are you?
Dark World Dungeon. There is the hammer. The hammer is a nice item to find. It means that it lowers the chance of Aga being required. It hits like a tempered sword. So, yeah, it's pretty good. And in fact, the fact that he picked up this hammer, the reusable hammer here, Ben, finds this to be a good opportunity to actually go into the escape, which I'm guessing normally wouldn't do at this point.
Well, without a way to kill enemies to get the key to progress through, or to be able to have bombs to do that, it's really not a viable option until you have a way of destroying enemies.
And Psigarde saved and quit out of the Uncle's tunnel to grab the item at the sanctuary, but then saved and quit again, thinking, hey, I've got the hammer, let's go to escape.
Yeah, absolutely. An interesting thing, we did have the typical heart in the location it was supposed to be. Whether that was actually Sanctuary Heart, we might not ever know.
Yeah, we could find out later. We would have to have Ben not go there immediately after this, which seems unlikely.
8 resolution. As for what could be on the pedestal, that is not an answer we can give right now. Until we see which Dark World dungeons are pendants, then we can't give an actual answer as to what could and could not be on the pedestal. The only thing that we can guarantee that will not be on the pedestal at this point, well, 2 things. 1, the hammer, because we've got it, and 2, the moon pearl, because we need to get to the pendant dungeons.
Yeah. You can actually guarantee that the hammer's not going to be there without even knowing that you have it, because there are 4 dungeons that require the hammer. Wait, no, I'm making that up. Don't pay any attention to me.
I wasn't planning to.
Congratulations. Now you know how to commentate. There's that heart for Ben, and down we go. Psigarde gonna head into Zelda's cell, pick up a chest.
Alright, so now that we've got all the escape stuff out of the way, here's where the fun happens. Routing can be a little bit different here at the beginning of the game. We have 2 normal options. We see the way that Ben is going up, which will take us up into the Lost Woods, and then back down into Kakariko Village. Some people do also opt to instead go down and do the Eastern Shore, but it looks like none. Oh, wow! 8 bombs on the tree pole. Bombs are not going to be an issue here.
And 4 from the crab as well.
Okay, so Explosions Anonymous here today, everybody.
Here's Dark Magician when you need him.
Probably doing the smart thing and he's still asleep.
That's entirely possible. Now, both players are in fact opting to check the Lumberjack Cave, which is just nice, a little bit of intelligence on that. It's just a big heart, so no indication that Aga might be required yet. Still not out of the woods, but that...
there's the bow!
Is the bow.
That was in the woods, not out of the woods, though.
Correct, it is in the woods.
So, if I'm to understand logic properly here, we've got a hammer, we've got a bow. Everything's pushing us toward Eastern, because technically, we can go do Eastern right now.
Yeah. The logic would want us to have a lamp before we did that, but both of these runners should be eminently familiar with the dark rooms in Eastern.
Yeah, I'm horrible at this game, and I think even I can handle the dark room in Eastern.
Yeah, the first dark room easily. The backside dark room with the Igors is a little more difficult.
But we got a whole village to explore first, so let's worry about that when we get there.
Let's get a ton of items here in Kakariko Village. 5 items in Blind's hut. What do we have? Well, there's just a quiver upgrade, 20 rupees, 20 more rupees, a lot more rupees, and then into the back room we go, and here we find a piece of heart. So not much in Blind's hut today.
But it is rather appropriate that the Thieves' hut would contain a bunch of money.
That's kind of what you expect to find in a Thieves' hut. So
yeah, exactly.
So do we have what we call a lore-appropriate randomizer seed?
Let's not get into the lore. The last time I did one of these, we started making up lore for things, and it was not pretty. That ended up with Tower of Hera being like this angry like angsty teenage Moldorm living in mom's basement. Nothing yet.
All right.
Anyway, so we got a hook shot. We got a hook shot in the well. Let's worry about that.
Yeah, we also had the Quake medallion in there, in the back. So we've got Quack, we've got Hookshot. Quack Shot? I don't know.
That is a good game.
Seems pretty good. And Ben, heading into the chicken lady's house. Gonna explode stuff.
Well, with all the bombs in this seat, that's all you need to do.
Oh, we got a book.
Yay!
Read.
Literacy.
So when I get the book this early on, I am tempted to turn right around and go check the pedestal. Like at this very moment. Just because if I know what the pedestal is, I can find out if I've got an advantage or not. There was a bottle in the escape, so Sick Kid is being checked. There we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Yeah, but yeah, definitely having that knowledge of how to route can definitely be a thing. Although when you find it that at the bottom side of Kakariko there, it does make it so you have, it's one of those options where good information to have, just not necessarily going to be factored into your routing. I would agree with you. I would like to have that information, but then again, there's a reason I'm back here talking into a microphone and not playing in one of these things. I'll stick to my 8-bit, thank you very much.
Seems entirely legitimate. Now, here's the race game. Ben actually just YOLOing the race game. Not worrying about checking it down below, and finds the shovel there. So, I could say that was probably a pretty good decision.
I can dig it.
Yep, seems good.
But it looks like we're going to get the... that's a good place to have the shovel, too, because we're right over here next to the valley with the Ocarina Kid. So we can just go ahead and dig it up right now and just get it out of the way.
Yep. Yeah, the shovel is the one item that if I pick it up in the Kakariko Village route, it alters my route past the village. Like I go to the race game and then I'll keep going. Now, I expect Ben to head to the South Hyrule route with the dam and the mini Moldorm cave and all that mess. Oh, yeah. So they do have the hook shot, which means, if they're careful, they can make this in one trip. Bombs in the chest, and we'll get to see what's under the water, which in the spoiler logs is now referred to as sunken treasure. There is the mushroom. The mushroom under the water. Yeah, it's the sunken treasure.
Well, as long as we're not using that for cooking, we'll be fine, because it's going to be a little soggy.
Yeah, if you that is the thing with mushrooms. They tend to soak up water. That's the things with general porous fungus in general.
But yeah, so at this point, the only thing we left need is like the powder. We'll have all the fetch quests pretty much. We get the mushroom, with the shovel. This is great.
Yep. And of course, if we get the powder,
We
it'll
got
just
some
make me
sword
happy
there
in
and the
general.
fire rod. Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh.
So we had sword and fire rod, and I didn't see anything particularly important in Sahasrah's hut, but I was focusing on Ben. So
Yeah, I saw a shiny fire rod and sword, and I also did not check where the green pendant was. I didn't think there was anything crazy in Sahasrah's hut. The information I was looking for was what, of course, the green pendant was. But hey, we've got our first runner into Eastern. That's going to be Psigarde. We've got Ben doing one of the oddities in checking is going over here and checking the Ice Rod Cave. I say oddity because it tends to be a little bit out of the way, and a lot of runners won't check it. So I do like to see Ben checking this here. Unfortunately, you're rewarded with the Validation Rupee.
Incredibly useful today. I actually believe the Validation Arrow. We saw that earlier.
We did see the Validation Arrow as well, so we've seen one of our 2 Validation Rupees and the Validation Arrow. One more Rupee, and we will have all of our Validation items.
Yeah. Alright, so Psigarde, heading through Eastern right now. Meanwhile, Ben is doing the fake flipper trick. Now, my assessment on fake flipper at this moment is the value may not actually be there because they can't really access the waterfall cave, so there's a chance they'll have to go back up there to grab the items in there.
True, but at the same time, with the 740 rupees, now 760 rupees that Ben has, the option to reverse fake flipper back and go to Zora was there, but it looks like we're just doing a hobo check.
Yep. Single hobo check just to get that out of the way, so you don't forget it. Now, Ben looks to be following Psigarde over to Eastern.
Yep, I mean, it's... At this point, Ben has one of 2 places pretty much left to go. We can go check Eastern, we can go check Desert. Eastern is the more viable of the 2 options, even though we have the Dark Room, because you can actually complete Eastern even if you're sequence breaking it, because we do have the bow and arrow. Whereas with Desert, we can go in, without a... Wait, never mind, we do have a fire source. What am I saying? Forget that, we do have a fire source. And Green Pendant is Thieves Town. That's always a fun one to have for the Green Pendant because it's an easy dungeon to do in the Dark World, and you get that extra item for it.
Very true. Hey, half magic in Eastern Palace and the vanilla big key chest. So Ben's gonna have an easier time of it in Eastern, having checked Mini Moldorm Cave and picking up that fire rod, because in this back room here, with the Igors and everything, he can just light torches and see if he wants to.
Vision is so overrated.
Probably. Yeah. As Psigarde so deftly demonstrates by dispatching that Igor with a well-placed shot to the face. And then he heads out. And he's doing this to pick up some fairies. So for those of you who didn't know there were fairies in those pots, there are fairies in the pots.
Oh, trust me, I lived and died by having fairies in those pots as a kid.
Shoot, I live and die by having fairies in pots now.
Not gonna lie, that's a little weird.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm good at this game. Pretty much garbage.
Oh, Oh, you meant in the game. Oh.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay, yeah.
Oh.
Oh boy.
You didn't know what you were getting into, did you?
Oh, I did. I absolutely did. See, usually I'm the one making the bad jokes, so I feel like I'm on easy street today.
Yeah, the problem is we're on the rundown part of Easy Street.
Yeah. Oh, Psigarde getting that set up here on Armos Knights. We might get the quick kill. Yes!
That was beautiful.
Very nice.
Unfortunately, nothing of relevance here, but hey, 15 minutes into your first crystal, I'll take it.
15-minute crystal. And now Psigarde was, came over here because they picked up the bow that early on. They're like, oh, let's do this. This is time. But I think now he'll head toward the south Dark World route, pick up Mini Moldorm and all that mess. But because he has the book, I think he's doing it backwards. So he's gonna do Mini Moldorm, go to Dam, and then head west to Desert.
It does allow you to swing back through and do it. So, having the book here does, as you mentioned, having certain things does change the methodology to the routing. And if that is truly the plan as to what's going on, I like it. But again, there's a reason I'm back here behind a microphone.
Right. Now, to be honest, he wouldn't miss out on anything important by not going to Ice Rod Cave, so that helps. And it looks like Psigarde is doing just what I was thinking. See, I find that I'm relatively decent at figuring out what plays are good to make. I'm just bad at executing them.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? It's like, I've seen enough of these, I've called enough of these, I can pretty much determine what the most logical play should be. Whether or not I can actually do that, that's another story altogether. I have a hard enough time figuring out which button swings my sword.
Yeah, I think it's Y.
See, I keep hitting the X button, that's the problem.
Oh, okay. Anyway. Misinformation spread by the commentators. So, Psigarde is doing a neat little trick that he routed in on the fly because he was planning on going to Desert, and then he realized, I just picked up the mushroom. I have a shortcut nearby that will take me right there. And a lot of people are going to forget about that shortcut. It's right there north of the dam, and he had to fake flipper to do it.
And it's a good trick because
power glove
for the love of love.
Holy crap.
So yeah, that's going to be huge because that's going to allow Psigarde to go ahead and finish Desert now because you do need the glove to get into the back half. So that was a wonderful routing decision there by Psigarde.
Assuming he can get the 50-50 on whether or not the dungeon is boot locked.
That is true.
I've been told it's exactly 50%. Whether or not the dungeon is boot locked.
Well, there are 4 possible chests that could hold that key or the big key. So 2 and 2, that is 50%.
Something along those lines, yeah. I think it was AA who showed me the analysis on that one.
Why am I not surprised that Amazing Impharos has a bunch of logical numbers and breakdowns? But yeah, for those of you saying that's a sequence break, no, the witches there was not a sequence break. It was just a fancy way of getting there because you could easily have walked there at that point. It was just a cool way of getting there. That's all. That's all.
The only thing actually standing in your way is a bunch of bushes. And you can.
But are they
hit
really
those in the
standing?
rain.
I'm pretty sure they're rooted.
You never know. Alright, so Ben will check this chest. We will see the big key, so we are not boots
That's
locked.
good. Well, we could still be.
The right side could be boots locked, but the dungeon itself, if you want to go complete, and it is, the right side is boots locked.
Yep.
If you want to go complete the dungeon and get the crystal,
Ooh.
oh, the moon pearl in the big chest.
Well,
And
then
Ben is
that
just piecing out.
changes everything.
We have a reason for that. Psigarde here is going to actually get Dark World access here.
Yeah, that is
And
true because
unless
with the,
I'm crazy, Ben will also do so. Because it looks like he's heading to the witch.
oh, from what I hear, you're definitely crazy.
I mean, yes, that is entirely accurate.
Yeah, with Dark World access, especially here at 22 minutes, that's going to open up a lot. And the big thing we're going to get out of here for us anyway is we're going to get information. We're going to know what the other two pendant dungeons are. And at that point, we'll be able to give a somewhat educational analysis as to what potentially could be on the pedestal that we know you all love, and want to see.
Yeah, we can commence with the calculation of the pedestal hype index. And, oh man, Palace of Darkness has to be a great play right now.
Yes, but keep in mind, it's still technically considered a sequence break because you don't have a lamp.
Eh.
Yeah, but Psigarde is going to go ahead and opt to finish off the second half of Desert here. It's an interesting call. I like it, because you're here, you might as well just get rid of it, get it taken care of. Nothing wrong with that. Ben's going to go ahead and check escape here. We're going to have Big 20, Burrito, and Bombs.
And that tells us...
Sounds like somebody's going out for Mexican tonight.
That tells us that the key is in the basement sewer chest, so we will not be seeing a visit there today. Another reason it's good to finish off Desert right now is because there's still one more item in Desert.
True.
So if it happens to be on Landmola's, you're in business. Almost with the one cycle.
Yeah, we are over here in Dark World, and it looks like Ben is first thing he's going to do is check Hype Cave. So let's see if Hype Cave can live up to its old nickname, or whether or not it's just going to be more like a blasé cave.
And it looks like our pendants are in Palace of Darkness and Ice Palace. Which, if I know anything about the logic, that means they will both be required to be full cleared.
Right, but the good thing about Pendant Pod and Pendant Ice Palace is that means we have a lot of options on the pedestal. Ice Rod on the pedestal is an option. Cane of Samaria on the pedestal is an option. So those are definitely things that we could see. Either Bombos or Ether on the pedestal could be an option. Mirror on the pedestal could be an option. So yeah, there is all kinds of things at this point that the dream is still alive for now.
I missed what Landmola's dropped. What is wrong with me?
Landmo's dropped nothing relevant.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering if it was an item or if it was a thing.
I believe it was a spicy burrito.
Okay, so with the burrito, that means that there's still an item in the right side of Desert. So if it turns out that that's required, boots could be on the pedestal.
Ben drawing us a design here.
Yep. He's apparently been playing Mario or something.
Yep, and would you take a look at what Crystal 6 is?
It's a turtle rock.
It's a turtle rock.
Oh yeah, so turtle rock, not something you particularly want to go do. Not that turtle rock is all that hard once you get used to it, it's that it's way out of the way.
But isn't that the case with most dungeons? They're not hard, just obnoxious in their own special way.
Yeah, the only one that's not really obnoxious is, I'm going to say Thieves Town.
The dungeon itself, not obnoxious. Not knowing what the heck you're doing fighting blind, very obnoxious.
Oh yeah.
And looks like we've got a Death Mountain sequence break over here for Ben.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Logat. The question is, do you want the little star and the next the crystals and pendants mean? There are certain crystals and pendants in the game that are required to access items. The green pendant, which you'll see the star next to Thieves Town, gives you access to an item from Sahasrara. And crystals 5 and 6, which in this case are Eastern Palace or Turtle Rock and Eastern Palace, those give you access to the big bomb shop, which you can use to blow up a wall on the side of the pyramid, so you can have access to the Fat Fairy Fountain. So that is why these stars are there. Those are simply to let people who are colorblind know that we have those are the special ones. Ooh.
Yep, we've got the Ether Medallion up there on Spectacle Rock, and
they're both drawing designs. They're both doing designs. I love it.
Psigarde is making a P, which I assume is for himself. Now Ben will be heading to the right side of Death Mountain, or the east side of Death Mountain, where there are 7 items in this one cave alone, plus an item in Spiral Cave, and a path to the Tower of Hera.
Which, unfortunately, we can't quite complete. Well, we can complete Tower of Hera. I forgot we have Hookshot. We can't complete Tower of Hera. What am I thinking? We have Hookshot and Hammer. We can get there.
Yeah, we can absolutely get there. Psigarde
also doing Death
following
Mountain.
Ben again. So once you've got the Hookshot, or Mirror and Hammer, Death Mountain becomes a huge play as far as items go.
And no, your screen has not gone black. We just, Zygar just doing some dark Death Mountain strats and
fancy dark.
There we are.
Dark room routing.
Yep.
He wants to let everybody know I could do this in the dark without a sword.
Yeah, that's always a little strange, a little interesting.
So there's a bottle up on the floating island. Them having already picked up 2 bottles, I don't see them going for that one.
Ben gonna make a quick check over to Ether, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna check that Ether tablet. We won't be able to grab it, but we will get to see. Just pocket change, move right along. So it could be the other validation rupee.
It could be. It could be.
I believe that specifies that it's either 1 or 5 rupees.
So there's a heart, pizza heart there. There's one of the items we're going to find here in Tower of Hera. So that is making it, somewhat more likely, and that guarantees we got a basement check, everybody.
All right, so it's coffee break time. So everybody, grab your Grab your pots, activate your switches, stand on a block, and just have a good old time.
I'm gonna lean back, relax, put my feet up, and I'll get back to you guys when we're done.
Now don't fall asleep. No. Anyway, but yeah, this room is one of the slower rooms in the game for speedrunners.
Yes, it's slow, but if you do it right, it's safe every time.
Very true. There's that big key, and so now we've got 3 more locations to check on the way up. Tower of Hera. Ben.
And yeah, the worst part about this right now is no mirror, so we have to take the long walk of shame back upstairs.
Yep. Everybody loves having the mirror. Makes your dungeon routing that much easier.
Oh, absolutely. Mirror is awesome to have, and we are required to have mirror in this seed because Swamp Palace is a crystal. So we will be seeing some, we'll be reflecting on the decisions we've made.
Indeed. All right, so there's a burrito. And Ben will be hookshotting across to this chest and finds the Cane of Samaria.
Well, rip that on the pedestal, Dream.
TG, I've been told that if you check the fine print, you'll realize that it is in fact required to be Cain.
Now I suddenly have the need to go play Diablo 2 again. But let's see how everyone's doing.
Alright, so 3 hammer swats ought to kill Moldorm, and no trolling from Trolldorm today. So Hera paying off pretty big with that Cane of Samaria, and Psigarde will be picking it up as well. Both of these runners are, just eerily close. The only reason Psigarde is walking behind is because he's already got the crystal for desert. So I would put him actually slightly ahead, despite what you might see on the screen.
Right, and that's the beauty of games like this is just because somebody is physically ahead on the screen when they're in the same area doesn't mean they're actually ahead just because of everything that's happened in the past.
Psigarde put together an excellent death warp there. I don't know if you saw that. He got himself hurt just enough, and then he released the fairy that he had on hand just as he died, so that he would get out of the dungeon.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than going for a death warp and being death blocked by a fairy.
Yep. Either is not in Spectacle Rock, it's on Spectacle Rock. Slight difference. But we don't know where Bombos is.
Bombos is somewhere in the world of Hyrule.
And I think Ben is going for Spike Cave.
Well, we do have the Cane of Burna and half magic.
Yep. The logic would allow it.
Yes, Math Guy. Invisible Sprite has an invisible bunny sprite.
Seems entirely legit.
Exactly.
And Ben activates that cane as late as possible. Just an arrow upgrade.
With absolutely nothing.
I'll tell you what he's rewarded with. He's rewarded with the fact that he knows he's checked Spike Cave and doesn't have to come back up here to do so.
That's true, and Moldorm being, his typical trolly self over here for Psigarde.
Very true. Psigarde actually using a mixture of hammer and sword strats. The fighter sword on Moldorm will deal the same amount of damage whether you slash him, poke him, or spin him.
All right, Math Guy, to answer your question, simply because it is faster to move in that cave utilizing the hook shot or normal methods of movement. Waiting till the last possible minute to use cane or cape just saves some lag frames, that's all.
It also does save magic.
That's true, because health will regenerate on that, magic will not.
Yeah. Alright, so now Ben will be heading over to the west side.
Looks like we're doing Skull Woods.
It's Skullwoods time. The meme from V26 is, relatively alive in V27. I'm told it's actually a little less due to the logic change they made with Mothula never having a small key. That kind of messes with the probabilities of the other items in the dungeon.
True, and you know what the worst part about this Skull Woods check is?
What's that?
Well, after we get both of our items, we have the heart container and a piece of heart and the shield. But the worst part about this is, we don't have a mirror. We can't run it in a pedestal check.
Oh, that is the worst. Looks like we just had a subscription from Oddity SC, so thanks for that. And Ben will be, piecing out. I don't think he'll touch another one of these chests.
Got 2 items in the first 2 chests. No need. Yeah, he's like, I'm gone. Bye, Felicia.
Not even going to clear the dungeon. I don't blame him, because who wants to clear Skull Woods with fighter sword and 8 hearts?
Well, I've seen Ben do some pretty crazy moth fights, so wouldn't surprise.
I'm sure he can. Both of these runners are going to be extremely skilled, but does anyone really want to do that? Especially when you can find other items that make your life easier.
Well, nobody wants to do it, but...
Besides, you might find the mirror. You could make that pedestal check.
That is true. Routing in a pedestal check is always something we're going to appreciate here. I do always find that bomb interesting, where you wait till it's about to blow up, then throw it into the house for some strange reason. You throw it down the chimney and it blows the door open.
Yep, pretty much.
Non-existent chimney.
I've never actually been able to pull that off. I'm just too fast with throwing the bomb. Hey, the flippers found in the chess game in the Dark World, so that will open up the waterfall cave, ice palace. It's one of the pieces of the puzzle for swamp.
Yeah, we're still short a couple of things there. Oh, we gotta have it. Pedestal check coming up. Here we go.
Just pocket change. Oh. Rip.
Dream is dead, everybody. The dream is dead.
And Ben finds the Titan's mitts in its vanilla dungeon.
Just in the wrong chest, but that means Pendant Thieves Town required.
Yep, 100%. So, this pendant Thieves Town, I expect both runners to at least check these first 4 chests. Do you expect them to move on?
At this point, I would say
Continue the
yes.
dungeon.
I wouldn't say them to move on. I would say they would. I would probably continue because keep in mind, Dark Death Mountain was a sequence break. Eastern Palace technically was a sequence break, so the lamp still has to be somewhere. Now, we never found anything in. Oh god, Naked Link Bunny Sprite is adorable. That's hilarious. But we didn't find anything over in Eastern or the Dark Side of Death Mountain that would make it so we couldn't come over here. So Lamp could potentially still be in here, and you see Ben continuing on through here. So again, we still have to find Lamp.
Very true. Yeah. So one of the things I like about, sequence breaking around the lamp is if you happen to find the lamp, like if they'd found the lamp up on Death Mountain, right? That would have meant that they would have had to get the flute somewhere, and that would give them a lot of information about where the flute could be. So you get a lot of information out of sequence breaking if you use it correctly.
And of course, since we're speedrunners, we always use our powers for good.
Clearly. There's never any evil anything. That's never happened. I'm gonna go dismantle my Doomsday device now. What?
Oh, you weren't selling it at a yard sale?
No. If you're good at something, you're gonna make more money than that. What? Anyway, so Ben heading into the Maiden. Wow, have we already gotten all the items?
I haven't been paying attention because I've been watching Psigarde here finishing up Skull Woods.
I mean, Ben would not leave that chest behind if he hadn't counted all the items already.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So yeah, I guess the remaining items are the key in that chest, and then Burrito Compass.
Yep.
But he is going to go ahead and finish blind because it's the green pendant. And the green pendant could be important.
Also, hammer strats on Moth.
Might still be a pedestal seed. Yeah, so hammer strats, if you can do it, they're as effective as the tempered sword, just 4 hits.
Wow, that was actually a very pretty fight there.
Mm-hmm. So 2 simultaneous boss fights, 2 simultaneous acquisition of dungeon completion items.
But that's already 4 crystals for Psigarde at 43 minutes in, 44 minutes in. As we said, unfortunately, we are still missing a bunch of items we need to complete the game. We still need the ice rod. We don't know what what medallions we're gonna need. We still need the mirror. Yeah, at this point, it's an item hunt.
Yep. Psigarde's doing that Skull Woods check. Or he did the Skull Woods thing already. He's already got all the items, so he's out. Ben takes a peek into the Peg Cave. Does that first. Then grabs the frog because you don't have the mirror, so you have to save and quit to return the frog.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit of a Froggy World tour to go happening today. Yeah, but at this point, as Ben is bringing the Dwarfsmith back to where he belongs, Psigarde's going to go ahead and finish up all of the Village of Outcast chests and then more than likely dive into Thieves Town as well.
Yep. So once again, we've got both of our runners following roughly the same path. But Psigarde has an additional crystal, so once again, I think it's about even.
Yep, Psigarde going to go ahead and pick up the flips.
Actually, Psigarde has 2 additional crystals. Forgot. Ben didn't clear Skullwoods.
That is true.
Yeah, if Psigarde is 2-0 and Ben is 1-0, so if Psigarde wins this race, he is almost a lock for the bracket stage. There is a weird scenario in which he'd have to play a tiebreaker.
I like weird scenarios.
Yeah. That scenario would involve Feral Pigman winning out and Ben winning the remainder of his races. Which, I don't know if Ben has played Feral Pigman, so...
Right. I would also like to point out, we found the second validation rupee.
Very nice.
Yeah, we are going to get the Zora check and the ledge check here. Looked like there was a bomb upgrade on the Zora ledge, so nothing happening there.
And we will get to see what Zora is selling for the exorbitant price of 500 rupees.
Drum roll, please.
Looks like 50 rupees. So, Zora, the fast cash loans agent.
Should have bought the meteor insurance.
Seems legit.
So interesting here, we have Psigarde opting to not finish Thieves Town and take the chance on Sahasrara not having anything.
Yep. So far that looks to be an okay strategy, but we don't know for sure. Now Ben is about to he's about to look at Turtle Rock.
Interesting. Very,
and also
very interesting.
the Dark World chests over here. There's 6 of them. But he also has the option, if Turtle Rock is its vanilla medallion Quake, of stepping inside.
That is true. That is true. And we do have the options there of Hookshot Cave is also a thing right now.
It's Ether Medallion for
So that's
Turtle Rock.
Even more mirror requirements. So as soon as we get the mirror, we'll have access to Turtle Rock.
Yep. So the Ether the mirror is now required for both Turtle Rock and Swamp Palace.
Yep. Rip the dip, exactly. There's the mirror.
There's the mirror.
Super Bunny hype.
There we go.
That's the last time I make a comment about something. I mean, I'll be back to it in like 2 minutes, so
Correct.
You really don't pay any attention.
There's the ice
rod. Turtle Rock's completable.
Wow. So I don't know, if I'm Ben, I might actually do it. It's got to be done, and I'm up here anyway.
Yeah, at this point, the only 2 items that we are
I'd have
missing...
to actually go get Ether.
Right, but you absolutely are going to go get Ether, and I would absolutely agree with you. I would 100% be going into Turtle Rock at this point. You have everything you need, although Do you really want to fight Trinix with Hammer?
I mean, he does. So, looks like we have had another subscription from someone whose name appears to be Suxy. Thanks for that. No idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I just assume I'm butchering everybody's Twitch name, so...
Seems entirely legit. So Ben is doing it. He's making the play into Turtle Rock, having acquired all the necessary items.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be interesting because we still are technically missing a couple items. I say technically because I don't know about boots being required anymore.
Right.
They're required for the second item in Desert. We don't necessarily know what that item is, but we still are missing the flute. So the flute is hidden somewhere.
So we need the flute.
Technically,
we can use the lamp.
Technically, we need lamp.
Very true. Could the lamp be here in the first part of Turtle Rock?
No, it cannot. Well, based on the information we know, it cannot because we got the Cane of Samaria and Tower of Hera, which we needed a sequence break to get to. So unless the flute is somewhere that could let us get there, technically the lamp cannot be in here, based on the information we currently have.
Right. So either lamp or flute could be in here, but not both.
Correct. Been using Cane of Brian strats over here. It looks like Psigarde doing the same thing here, so we're going to have all of the Death Mountain shenanigans happening.
Yep, both players seem to be running pretty similar routes, with the exception of Psigarde being more thorough with his dungeon completion for crystals, but Ben clearing out Thieves Town.
Alright, so Psigarde going to go ahead and pick up the mirror over here, so that's, mirror is always one of those nice things, especially when you just saw, oh crap, I need the thing to get the mirror, to get the thing, to get into the thing, and the thing, and the thing, and the thing.
Things. So Ben picks up the big key in the Chain Chomp room, and
yes, head cheese in chat. The mirror shield is not technically required to get the laser bridge chest. The logic checks to see if you have either the mirror shield, the cape, or the cane of Berna. Because the logic implies that you don't want to take any damage to that because it's for one-hit KO. So as long as you have one of those three items, the logic is sound to get anything in a laser bridge.
Yeah. And now, technically, you can avoid taking any damage from the lasers if you're extremely precise. But we are not requiring that of our runners. Or of people who are playing this game. So Ben gets the key for key trade out of the big key chest. And he's going to head outside. Having that mirror, we can check the Mimic Cave.
We can do that. And Mimic Cave, it's always fun when Mimic Cave has stuff.
Yep, Mimic Cave is one of those locations that I like. Because it's so obscure. So I'll tell you where Lamp is. Actually, I won't. I'm making that up.
I was going to say someplace we haven't checked yet.
Correct. That's the answer.
All right, here we go. Mimic Cave. Drum roll, please. Ba, ba, ba. Nothing.
Just vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yes, if silvers are in Mimic Cave, Ganon does say Light World. Which is hilarious.
Well, technically the Mimic Cave is in Light World. Just because you need to go through the Dark World to access doesn't mean anything. Hey, we're looking dapper now. We got a cape. Now
No
here's
capes.
A question for you. Here's a question. Technically, Ben is playing as the, quote, Naked Link sprite. Would it be, defeating the purpose of the Naked Link sprite to put the cape on?
I mean, look, you gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes that involves setting aside your exhibitionist tendencies in order to preserve your life.
There you have it, folks. There you have it.
That's advice for your life from Dr. Bobtastic. Hashtag not an actual licensed physician.
I just want to point out right now that if you just base things entirely on Twitch names, you have Doctor in your name, and I have Greenleaf in mine. I'll let you figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's true. I do have the lamp. It's right here.
Laser Bridge Room, not having anything worth it at all. I do love the fact, by the way, that the swirling I'm immune things on the Cane of Berna can also hurt things and kill things.
Oh yeah, they are, without question, my favorite weapon to use on blind. Because they work and they're just as effective as anything else. Alright, so Ben is going to use hammer strats here on Trinex.
So Trinex becoming everybody's favorite, the menu boss.
Womp womp.
Wow.
An extremely fast firehead there. Normally when I'm doing hammer strats, I'll like hit the firehead a couple times and I'll go over to the ice head so it doesn't spew stuff all over the floor. But, Ben's just fast enough, he can handle it.
Wow. Just wow.
Alright, so Ben gonna take care of Trinex proper now. 5 hits with the hammer takes care of him, and down he goes.
Yeah, Ben boss fights. If you haven't already, by the way, you need to go back to the last tournament. There is a match Ben did. I forget who he was playing against. The only thing I remember about it is I was on the call for it. And Ben fought Mothula, and he fought the entire Mothula fight on one heart, and it was probably the greatest Link to the Past boss fight I've ever seen. If you haven't checked that out, do yourself a favor, go find that clip and watch it.
It was pretty gross, let's put it that way.
It was. And, oh yeah, by the way, Turtle Rock, that was Crystal 6, so, our big friend, the Portly Pixie, is now in play.
Yep, and it looks like that may be exactly what Ben is about to do. Because this would be the portal you'd head to get that.
Yep, and since we know based on all that her name is Venus, can we call her Voluptuous Venus?
No, Venus is the one that's in the cave with the ice, or where Ice Palace is in the Dark World.
Oh, that's Venus? Oh, I still like Voluptuous Venus. We're going to call it. It's more alliteration.
Yeah, works for me.
But yeah, so this is also going to allow Ben, we're going to get our first pyramid check of the day, because we never actually went over here.
Yep, we've not seen the pyramid check. We might also see Ben check the catfish if things go horribly wrong.
And this is a Link to the Past, so things are going to go horribly wrong.
That is generally how it tends to work. All right, so been checking that pyramid, just the vanilla piece of heart, and let's see what are in the 2 chests inside here. We've got 10 arrows and a big heart.
So nothing of note here over at the Portly Pixies Cave.
So, do we see Ben go for catfish? Do we see him go for pod? Do we see him go for ice palace?
Well, technically, based on the stuff that Ben has, pod is not completable. Ice Palace is.
True. Though, you know, Palace of Darkness could technically have the lamp in it. Kind of weird, but it happens.
Yeah, it's always fun. Always fun. But the other thing we have is we do have swamp.
Oh boy. You're right, swamp is available. That mirror did a thing. Oh no. Oh, the flute! The catfish!
Flute! Catfish with the flute! So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we are in what I like to refer to as Schrodinger's Go mode, because we could be in Go mode, but we could not be in Go mode. And I say that because we are not quite sure what the medallion is for Misery Mire.
And then, of course, there's that 4.5% chance that the boots are required for Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. Yeah. But we might be there.
Very true. So, Ben, on the way, I assume he's gonna unlock his flute here.
True.
He's on the way to do so, and he's picking up the graveyard ledge.
Yeah, and the one thing I keep forgetting, because these runners are so good at execution here, we technically still need another sword.
Very true. We do need.
There's the lamp.
Sword. Hey, the lamp.
There is the lamp.
Ledge. Interesting.
So well, catfish you can get to without. So yeah, flute was required to get to Death Mountain, to get to Mirror, to get to the lamp.
Yeah, so that was the intended sequence, and forget that mess.
Yeah, that was just a big old pile of what the heck?
Oh boy. All right, so at this point, I have something prepared. Actually, I'll wait for the next time.
Go ahead, my headphones are off.
Nah, I'll wait for the next time. That way I don't have to match up with the actual audio.
But I always love this, that we get all the different variations of who has duck emotes in chat. I love it.
Yep. Very true. Did you see Psigarde's wonderful bomb strats?
I was too distracted by the ducks.
So it just happened in the bomb shop. If you stand on just the right pixel, you can buy both the big bomb and the small bombs at the same time.
For the price of the big bomb?
No, it charges you for both.
That's disappointing.
But the small bombs fills up your entire bomb count, so
yeah,
it's not
but
awful.
Yeah, but it's much more fun if you can be like, Link's Awakening and steal things.
I mean, that is true.
But go ahead, take it, thief.
Yeah. I don't like the game forcibly changing my name, though.
See, I tricked the... Oh, there's the Master Sword. There we go. Now Ben is, aside from boots, Ben has what he needs.
Woohoo!
But see, I just tricked the game. I just named myself Thief from the get-go.
Ah, seems legit. Now, if I'm Ben right now, I am heading just directly for Meyer so that I can check that medallion.
Yep, absolutely. But, he's gonna go turn on the green pendant first.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now, Psigarde is gonna make the play on Swamp, having not checked the catfish. So this is going to be a huge loss of time unless it turns out to be important for a medallion for Meyer.
That is true. Now, the interesting thing is going to be is if that Meyer medallion turns out to be Bomb-Ups.
All right, so Ben gonna check this Meyer medallion. What do we have? It's Quake.
Quack, so we are good. So yeah, that is, again, at this point, unless the Ganon's Tower big key is on the pedestal, then that is officially go mode for Ben.
Yeah. Unless it's on the torch. We are ready to go. So, Ben is going to be playing like he's in official go mode.
Really? It looks like he's going to check Checkerboard Cave.
Okay. Maybe he's gonna make a liar out of me. I'm okay with that.
So he's turning you into a musical instrument?
Some would argue that I already am a musical instrument.
I am not one of them. But yeah, Ben going to go ahead and finish off Desert first. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Finishing off Desert, always a great idea. Yeah, I can't really blame Ben for checking Checkerboard Cave. It was right there, and there's always the possibility that you improve your Ganon fight quite a bit.
Hey, I'll take anything I can to improve my Ganon fight.
Yep. The only problem is I don't think, and I'm specifically referring to me here, not necessarily anyone else, I don't think they put skill in the chests.
Trust me, if they did, I'd open every chest every time.
I wish they had skill in the chest too. Alright, so Ben picks up the Desert Crystal. Psigarde picks up the big key in Swamp and is going to head up the stairs here. See if he can avoid having to go back down the stairs. That's a no.
I mean, at this point, is there really, well, I mean, at this point, yeah, take a look and go grab it. I was going to say, are we going to go back and, is there really a point to go back and get it, or we just want to come back in and do the left side? But we're just coming back for the big chest. Just ignore what I'm saying, everybody, because I'm just rambling on, apparently.
Yeah. To be honest, I think I would have kept going and then come back in. Because I figured I'd have to go back in to check the left side anyway. But that being said, I was 4-0 in the second. I mean, not 4-0, 0-4 in the secondary tournament. So there you go. Those are my qualifications.
So there you have it, folks. He's 0-4 in the secondary tournament. I don't play the game, and we're your commentary team for the day.
Woo!
A more qualified group you'll never find.
Alright, so Ben, heading into Misery Mire, will be heading through here as quickly as possible, I'm sure. I wish I was 4-0.
Ooh, Psigarde opting to not do menu boss strats. Looks like we're going with charged sword swings instead.
Yeah, if you do properly placed spins, you can take them off in one spin, because you'll hit them twice. And of course, Psigarde is attempting to hit 2 puffs at once. Doing pretty well.
But is he yet to me to hit the shoe puffs?
I don't know. He could ride the shoe puffs.
I'm so glad you know that voice. That was a phenomenal fighter sword Argus, by the way, for Psigarde, and that is going to be the, if my math is correct, sixth crystal for Psigarde. The problem here, of course, is Psigarde does not have the flutes.
Yep. He's gonna have to go to the catfish, pick up that flute. There's the tempered sword for Ben.
That just made things a whole heck of a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. Now, Ben will head over to the right side here to check this one chest. We will see if it has the big key, and it does. So Ben will be heading straight to Vitreous from here.
Oh no. Looks like
Psigarde
Palace
is going to head into Pendant Ice. That one overworld location trolling him.
And this is why, well, I was going to make a noodling joke, but I can't figure out the proper way to do it, so I got nothing.
I'm not even sure where the noodles came from.
Well, noodling is a term used for when you go in the south, when you go catfishing, and you just stick your arm into the hole and come out with the entire catfish attached to your arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yep.
So the educational quality of Link to the Past Randomizer commentary continues.
Yeah. Some of the videos are quite interesting. Noodling is illegal, by the way, so don't actually try it.
Seems entirely legit. Alright, so Ben gonna head to Vitreous. Meanwhile, Psigarde making his way through Ice Palace. Psigarde still only having the fighter's sword, which is fun, air quotes. Ben just tanking some damage to take down those eyeballs, and very quickly dispatching them. One stray arrow to kill it. 8 arrows to Vitreous' face, and he goes down. That was an excellent fight.
That was an absolutely beautiful fight, and chat's just killing me right now. I love it.
So somebody asked why Zygarde is invisible. Zygarde is invisible because he chose to be. There, you can choose a sprite at the beginning, or when you generate the seed and or the ROM itself, and Zygarde chose the invisible sprite, which I'm told tastes slightly better than normal sprite.
So is it like Crystal Pepsi?
Kind of.
Okay.
Except you can actually get it.
You can get Crystal Pepsi if you know where to look.
Like the black market? Yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure they sell it in Cleveland.
Shh. Don't tell anybody.
Here's the catch, though. It's Cleveland. No one's going to want to go.
Oh, burn!
Sorry to anybody who's actually living in Cleveland. I do love you.
Now I have that one YouTube video about Cleveland stuck in my head. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know if I want to.
It's oh, there's the boots in Ice Palace.
Well, that's nice. So if
Zygarde basically needs to hope the Ganon Tower Big Key is on the torch.
Yep.
Yeah, the hastily made Cleveland tourism video. It's a wonderful little song that can get stuck in your head.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah, I won't.
But since we're on the discussion of Cleveland, and we do have other randomizers that are played on this channel here, I suppose at this point I want to ask, so if you have watched the Final Fantasy I randomizer videos, which is the better town, Cleveland or Melmont?
Wait, there's a town in Final Fantasy I called Cleveland?
No, it's called Melmont, but I'm just wondering which town is better, Cleveland or Melmont?
Oh, okay. It's close.
It is close. So we got Ben going into Swamp House, which is going to be his 6th crystal. Now the good thing for Ben here is he technically doesn't have to worry about left side gamble at all, because he's, as I said, in effective go mode.
Right. He'll check some convenient chests.
Yes, the ones that are right in front of his leaf.
I'm being told there are more things to do in Melmond.
That's not an incorrect statement.
All right. Enough ragging on Cleveland.
Fair enough. Head cheese. So I was actually explaining go mode. Go mode is what we refer to when you have all of the items that you need to complete the game, as well as all the knowledge you need to complete it. So basically, you're going through the dungeons as fast as possible. So Ben having basically all the items he needs. As I said, I keep referring to it as Schrodinger's go mode because we don't know if boots are required. And Schrodinger, for those who don't know, was a reference to Schrodinger's cat, which was basically referencing the cat is in the box and it's dead and alive at the same time. Until you open the box, you don't know. So that's what I mean by Schrodinger's go mode. You are in go mode, but at the same time you're not, because you don't know if the boots are going to be required.
The main difference between Schrodinger's situation and this situation is that the probability of the cat's survival was 50%, and here the probability is more like 95%.
Welcome to Early Morning Education, courtesy of the Link to the Past randomizer.
In the sense that, ooh, Zygarde just...
But I think he's got a fairy.
Cold stare, but he does have a fairy. And Zygarde picks up that pendant. So Ben is just checking the chests that are not too far out of the way. Though Ben has a wider radius for what is not too far out of the way than I usually do. Uh,
Yeah, but who are we to question that Ben kind of did win the last tournament?
I mean, you never know. So Psigarde just picked up the boots, and now he's going to some boot locations. Which is unfortunate.
I mean, but technically it's where the logic that he has is telling him to go.
Yeah, that's true. If he was up here in the dark world, he could check the ledge, and the ledge would give him the lamp, and that would give him some information regarding what where the flute could be.
Right, so as soon as a lamp is going to be huge because that would, as we, determined earlier, lamp being there means you needed something else to get you to Mira, which means you need the flute, which very severely limits the locations that the flute could be.
Alright, so Ben picked up the Swamp Palace Crystal. That leaves him with just Skull Woods to finish.
Oh, Saigar going back to desert to get the key-locked item.
Interesting. I am calling Silver Arrows.
I'm just going to call bombs.
Alright. Alright, so Ben heading back into Skull Woods. He'll be picking up the key here in the pot. He's playing us a little bit of the Swag Duckin'.
Is that like a turducken? Hey, there's
Correct.
the Bombos medallion. So the one thing Saigar is guaranteed to is entrance into Misery Mire.
Yep. So at least he doesn't have to worry about that. Turns out he doesn't need Bombos, but there you go.
Hey, Bombos medallion. When you positively, absolutely have to nuke everything in sight.
Yep. Or when you are a scrub at the Gauntlet Rooms in Ganon's Tower.
Heck, I'm one of those guys who I want to see medallions, before I do Hyrule Castle. So now, here is the unfortunate turn of events for Zygarde. We're doing pod.
Oh. Oh no.
And Ben with a beautiful moth fight. That was absolutely gorgeous.
100%. And there we go. Ben picks up that crystal. And off we go.
Alrighty, guys. We all know what this means. That is crystal number 7. So, moderator, thank you very much, Rick. There are 22 chests in Ganon's Tower where that big key could be. So go ahead, everybody, and get your guesses in. I'm going to go with the one I always go with, which is chest number 16. Bob?
You just said it. You just said what mine is.
You're a 16er too?
No, you said Bob.
Oh, Bob. Fair enough.
It's always Bob's chest, which in this case I write 14 because that's the way you get if you go along
the old school logic way if you go left side. Yep. Well, technically 16 is the second chest behind Ice Armos if you go that way.
Yeah. I mean, what a bunch of nerds! You're not wrong. I don't think that's. I don't think anyone's in.
Yes.
Even questioning
Congratulations.
that.
You have made the most obvious statement of the morning. Would you like a cookie? And there's the aforementioned cookie.
All right. Is it a gingerbread cookie?
No, that actually looks like a Girl Scout cookie Samoa.
Oh, okay. Seems legit. I was just talking about the dead rocks.
Oh,
They
see,
kinda
I
look
was
like
talking about the
gingerbread
cookie emote
cookies.
that I put in chat.
Oh, okay. Well, Ben is heading into Ganon's tower. We'll get to see if the big key is on the torch. Psigarde has a shot.
And that will be the thing, won't it? That will be the catch.
Yep. Speaking of catch, he needs to go catch him a fish.
Karyoplasma, those fire spinning things you saw, those are Lionels. And here we go. Ben's going down.
Going
We're checking
straight
torch
to
right
it.
now. Nope, it's just a small key. We're good. We are good. Alrighty, that is officially go mode, everybody.
Alright, so Ben is doing the so-called Dark Magician route, it looks like.
Also, it took me a minute. I looked back over at Zygarde's screen, forgetting Zygarde was the invisible sprite. I just saw the floating skull rock and was a little freaked out.
There you go. So that's the idea. You
But
gotta.
hey, there's Zygarde's Master Sword, so the final sword upgrade is in Palace of Darkness.
Yep. So we will not be seeing Butter Sword strats on Ganon for Ben. But I mean, any serious runner of this game is pretty comfortable with Tempered Sword Silverless, which is what you do in vanilla NMG.
Vanilla. And we got a nice little shout out to the banana.
There you go. Alright, so that was chest number 9. No, 11.
Yep, technically 11.
And so Ben will now be heading down to the left side again. So he decided this is what we call the front-loaded DM route. You get more chests early this way, but if you don't get there, you actually waste more time in the end.
At this point, I've just, stopped trying to figure out, the routing people use, just come to accept, yeah, it's a thing. Zygarde now abandoning Palace of Darkness means he probably found all the items. I wasn't paying attention to all the items we were found because, hey, we had a dark maze to go into and you couldn't see everything.
There is that. Oh boy, guys.
Catfish coming up.
Catfish time. Zygarde's gonna find that flute.
And I think we might have, I think he might want to, commit some, atrocities on Swag Duck. There's the silvers.
Silver
and with the silvers and the big key, both in the rando room.
Big key. So that was number 17, I believe.
Bugga.
Looks like our supporter winner was Sandra's 316. Number 17. And we're good to go. So.
Yeah, but Psigarde has gone ahead and picked up the flute. So that is, well, that would be go mode for Psigarde as well.
Very true. Alright, so if you will all please rise for the Swag Duck National Anthem. You may think that my songs are just boring and long, though I think that you're wrong. Just wait and see. At least this much is true. Though this seed may troll you, it does not compare to key sanity.
And there you have it, folks. More verses, more Swag Duck.
And looks like we've had a subscription in that time from Water Walker, so thank you very much for that. Meanwhile, Ben just speeding through the gauntlet of Ganon's Tower, dealing with Land Molas here, almost getting the one cycle with the Silver Arrow strats.
Hey, I'm lucky to get into a 14 cycle with Silver Arrow strats. Head cheese. He did just casually walk over the bunny transformation there because that specific anti-fairy bunny fairy, whatever you want to call it, does take a little bit of time to get active. So if you immediately walk through it like you saw Ben do, you're not going to get transformed. You have to wait for it to actually be active.
Yeah, you won't get transformed by bunny beam until it's actually moving. So that's the rule on that. And Ben deals with this torch room in a rather quick fashion. And we head to the second torch room. I don't expect Ben will be checking any chests on the way up. He's got silvers, he's got tempered, he is fine.
Yeah, we might get a validation check, that's about it. Ben just dropping all the bombs right now.
We got tons of bombs. He's actually gotten rid of all his bombs at this point. Yep. So Ben leaving that last chest behind, so I think there's some sort of weird tradition about talking about Dairy Queen in chat at this point. I don't understand. But
it's a little early for ice cream, though.
Yeah.
Although if I'm going to go get Dairy Queen,
like
I do live literally 2.5 minutes from a Dairy Queen, so I might be going to get some of that in a bit.
And the Dairy Queens in my area are actually few and far between, even though they're common in like the state, because this place is dominated by Sonics.
Never had one.
Ooh, the triple on Ben.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, watching Ben boss fights are a thing of beauty. And Psigarde are going to go ahead and pick up the big key here in Misery Mire. So that is going to be fun. Now we're going to see some Dark Mire action.
Very true. Dark Mire is basically my actual nemesis. Ganon today with nutrition advice.
See, he's not entirely a horrible pig person.
Nope, just a normal pig person.
Exactly. Ganon isn't evil, he's just misunderstood.
Nah, I'm pretty sure he's evil.
I was trying to, be nice about it.
Alright, so that's the end of Phase 4, or Phase 3. He moves into Phase 4, Silver Arrows, hits him once, Torch Glitch from a distance, that's a sick Torch Glitch, almost with the triple, but finishes it off, and Ben will finish this race.
Yeah, that was a wonderful fight. Considering, how sort of trolly fighting the flute was, 1:36.29 is the official SRL time for Ben. That was a phenomenal time and a phenomenal race. And I would like to point out that, ladies and gentlemen, is a bootless seed for Ben.
All right, so Ben is our winner here today. That's gonna move Ben up to 2-0 in the group. Psigarde goes to 2-1, still very much in this. Psigarde takes down Vitreous. And that is Psigarde's 7th crystal, so he'll be going up to Ganon's Tower shortly. So Ben should be joining us pretty soon for a post-game interview. Meanwhile, we'll watch Psigarde head up the tower. I want to commend Psigarde on continuing this race even after getting trolled hard by Catfish.
Yeah, Catfish. Catfish seems to be one of the, if you took a look at top trolls in Link to the Past Randomizer, Catfish is definitely on the list of trolliest things.
Yep. And then, of course, for the next 4 or 5 races, you're like, oh, I'm not going to skip Catfish this time, and he has nothing. That's what
it's recency bias, absolutely. But that's the same way no matter what game you're playing. If you get trolled by something, you're gonna make sure that you go and check that the next time. And the problem is usually when you get trolled by something, it's ridiculously out of the way.
Ben has that torch glitch timing just straight up down.
Well, is it up or down? Can't be both.
It was actually left.
Oh, okay.
That was the direction he fired anyway.
Then we're good.
It was a very, very good good torch glitch there. Politicos, I get it. Okay, yeah, that was great. Alright, so Psigarde, looks like he might do a more traditional route through Ganon's Tower. We'll see. Nope, he's going right side.
And for those of you who are looking for more Link to the past randomizer action. Just listen to what Adirondack Rick has posted in the chat. We have got more races of Link to the Past randomizers this afternoon. We've got both the primary and secondary tournament action. Primary tournament right here on the Speed Gaming Family of Networks. Secondary tournament going to be over on the Link to the Past randomizer channels.
And we are joined in chat now by our victor today, Ben. Hey Ben, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
So, I imagine you can figure out where your opponent might have slipped up.
Not really. I don't think there were great trolley stuff, I feel.
Well, the issue for your opponent was catfish.
Oh, yeah, I actually wanted to go there way earlier, so when I saw that, I was kind of sad. Yeah. I can see catfish being annoying for a lot of people then. Yeah.
Your opponent cleared out both Ice Palace and Turtle Rock. I mean, not Turtle Rock, Palace of Darkness before heading
Oh, wow.
to Catfish, and so that cost him pretty big.
Yeah, I guess so. That really sucks. But I can guess why you would avoid going to Catfish. I mean, I did see so much stuff there. I cannot skip Catfish for more than, let's say, 1 hour or so.
Yeah, that does seems like a good play. I have to ask one thing, and you know better about this than I do, but I wanted to ask, was there a reason when you got all the items in Skullwoods that you didn't just go ahead and finish it?
Because I had a bad sword. I mean, I was like, I'm probably going to come back with a better sword and maybe boots to make it faster. And anyway, going back is really fast. You just flew to 3 and you go up, because I was guessing I would probably get the mids when I have a better sword or the boots.
Right. I figured it was something like that. I just wanted to, get your insight on that, because you're a lot better at this than I am. So
I was like, I had Elf Magic and Fire Rod, but I don't really like the Fire Rod fight. I mean, so yeah, I was just like, I'm just going to come back when I have a better sword.
I think your opponent used hammer strats.
Yeah, I do like this also. But since I had the 2 items, I was like, there's really no point going further.
Yeah. Alright, so it looks like Psigarde will be picking up the big key shortly.
Yeah, and the silver.
Yep. Silver arrows as well, unless he opens the 2 on the left and doesn't bother opening the ones on the right.
I just said he actually forfeited from the asteroid channel.
Huh. So he walks in.
Why?
Oh, that's why. Because he's going to start fast forwarding.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just had to.
Okay, so he forfeited from the race, and now we are going to see 2 times speed race.
Okay, that's kind of adorable.
Like, I think 2 times speed is a category, right?
Yes.
I know I see ACMLM do it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if I could even close to do this. I mean, is it even possible to pull off like the Ice Palace bomb jump or things like that in 2 times speed mode?
I have no idea. I've never tried it. I'm not playing on emulator for a long time now, so I know I couldn't do anything on emulator. Yeah, it's a lot of practice, most likely. Again.
Well, that was an excellent run.
Thank you.
And I enjoyed every minute of it. There were some excellent boss fights in there. Particularly that hammer Trinex made me very happy.
Oh yeah. I was sad about T-Rock having absolutely nothing. Even the Fat Fairy after, I was like, oh no, I hope I didn't lose too much time doing that.
Yeah. But I mean, it was actually kind of convenient to do. right? You had all the things
Yeah, I
you
mean,
needed, and you were
I was
there
very
anyway.
close to it, yeah. There was no way of me skipping it. I was just next to it, I could beat it. It's 6 items. It was the Fat Fairy, so 8 items. Then with the Fat Fairy, I've got the Pyramid and the Catfish item. So obviously it was pretty good in the end, but yeah. I would have hoped for better than that in T-Rock.
All right. So that puts you at 2-0 in the group.
Yep.
So one more win would help you out. Would almost solidify bracket stage. I'm not sure.
I think
Absolutely, but-
to win would make me into elimination stage. Yeah. My group has done a lot of races already.
Yeah. Basically, the only way that you get to 3 wins and don't make it is if 2 other people make it to 3 wins. And
Yeah.
the only people who could possibly do that at this point are your opponent here, Psigarde, and Feral Pigman, who would have to win out. Have you played him?
Now I'm playing him Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so yeah, the only way you get to
Yeah.
3 wins. Well, I guess you could win your 4th match, and he could win. There's a weird scenario in which 3 wins happen.
Yeah.
But that being said, you're looking to be in pretty good shape for reaching the next round.
Yeah, I hope so. I was really afraid already in the Swiss round and in the groups and elimination if I'm getting there. It's always scarier tournament than last time. I feel.
Zygarde takes care of
Wow.
Aga 2 in double speed mode. Okay, so Ben, I have to ask about the torch glitch. Did you know
Yes.
you were going to get the torch glitch? Or were you just being like, I'm just going to hit them both?
I'm usually not aiming to get the torch glitch ever when I get a silver because it's usually not a good thing. But there, I did delay my silver a little, so it was going down when I was putting the fire back. So, I mean, kind of wanted it, but yeah, it was a rate of timing. Like
It was an excellent shot. I was like,
Yeah.
woo!
I see a lot of people trying to get the torch glitch every time when they have silver, and I'm like, you have Ganon in a really bad position all the time, except with a few RNG, and most of the time you're wasting time trying to do that. I feel torch glitch is only if you don't have the silvers. That's just what I think.
Seems entirely legit. And Zygarde
It is a green potion, right?
got wrecked. He used a green potion to start it off, and then he got wrecked.
I'm gonna go visit the Fat Fairy here to get some more potion.
Yep, it was green potion, so there you go. There's no guarantee as to what that item will be. All right, so Ben, thanks for running. Is there anything else you'd like to say about that particular run?
Nothing much. The seed was kinda nice, I guess. Except that flute.
Yep.
And yeah, I do find it was a really nice seed.
Yep. No real reason to spend too much time in pendant dungeons. There was the
Yeah, just Thieves was pretty good. The rest,
Yeah.
I guess Ice Path all ported the boots.
Ice Palace did have the boots.
But that's about it then.
The 4th sword upgrade was in pod.
Oh.
That's about it.
It was kinda a nice seed.
Yep. Seems good. Alright, so we'll see if Zygarde can... No, Zygarde's just gonna fall.
I got far down the hall.
Alright. Well, I don't know if I don't know if the intention is to continue from this point. But that seems like it was a pretty good race between you two.
Yeah, hopefully I will watch the VOD for sure.
Sounds good. All right. So, Psigarde is just kind of messing around right now. All right. So, Ben, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much
And,
for the commentaries. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Because it was a really early one, I'm sure. Not for me, but I'm sure it was for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was early for some of us, but I think we all survived. So Psigarde's clearly just kind of messing around at this point, so I think we will probably want to call it here.
Yeah, I think it's trying to do some out of bound or some EG, but
Yeah, he's a fan of them. Oh, he's in the chat, so we can bring him in to talk about it. Hello, Psigarde.
Hello.
hey.
So about that catfish.
Man. That gamble really didn't pay off. I really thought that it was gonna be mirror locked, so
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, turns out that it was the lamp that was mirror locked.
Oh.
The lamp was actually on the graveyard ledge.
Oh.
And so once you knew that, you would have known that flute had to be like catfish or like a couple of places in pod, or that's about it.
Yeah. Like, that's rough.
Yeah, you were pretty much in the lead until that happened. Because you finished Desert when you got there. You finished Skull Woods when you got there. You had a lot of stuff done in advance. And so if you had actually found that flute, at this, if you'd gone to Catfish after checking Fat Fairy, I think you would have been in the lead.
Yeah, it's just I don't really like going to Catfish there, but I probably should, because that's like pretty much the most convenient time to do it. I was just so set in like it has to be mirror locked for me to have a chance. So I didn't even think about going to Catfish when I was there.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just lose to a single item.
Yep.
Yeah.
What? So that was some impressive display of ×2 speed there at the end.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that I couldn't get it down. Like, it's pretty hard for me to do. It's not even 2x, because it was like 140 FPS. So it's like 2.2 or something. 2.1.
2.3?
Yeah.
2 1/3?
Yep.
So that was one loss, but one loss isn't gonna kill you for the tournament. That's for sure. You're still very much in this.
I am indeed. I'm at least guaranteed to be in a tiebreaker, I think.
Who's your last opponent?
Feral Pigman.
Alright, so Feral Pigman. Yeah, so actually, at this point, 3 wins will definitely get either of you in. Because both of you still have to play Feral Pigman, and he's the only other person who can get to 3 wins. because the other two in your group have already lost 2, right?
Yes. Yeah. GSR and Terra did.
Yeah. So 3 wins definitely gets you into the group stage at this point, or in group stage, into the bracket stage. You're already in the group stage.
Yeah. More groups, yay!
No, we don't need more groups.
The double group.
All right. So, anything else you guys would like to say about this seed, or about this race, or about anything else?
Not really. Not anymore.
I gotta admit, I was kind of hoping for GTP to be on the torch.
Oh yeah, I bet you were, because you had those boots, and
I was not.
Ben did not go anywhere near Ice Palace.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm assuming Ben got the same swords I did, like Back of Pod and Misery Mire.
Ben didn't go to Pod.
Yeah.
Oh.
He
got. I don't know the name.
It was Haunted Grove Ledge.
Oh.
That had the other sword. Yeah. All right, so thank you guys both for watching, or for running. Thank everybody else for watching. It's been a good race, and I hope everybody had a good time this morning, or this afternoon for you guys. So thank you very much. I want to thank our tracker, who we have not mentioned this whole time, and I feel like a jerk. His name is Dude, and he is the man. So thank you to Dude. TGE, you still there?
I'm still here.
Excellent. I wanted to thank you for your commentary as well, and I also want to thank Mythical 9 and of course Feasel for getting all of these restreams set up for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Great things here. So make sure, if you guys haven't already, make sure you give both of our runners a follow, as well as make sure you're following everything here on the Speed Gaming family of networks, because not only do we have Link to the Past randomizer, we've got Final Fantasy 1 randomizer, we've had Shovel Knight, Super Metroid randomizer, Link's Awakening DX, Zelda 1 randomizer, you name it. If it's a tournament, it's probably going to be here on the Speed Gaming family of networks.
Yep. And if you're looking for more rando, we've got we got 3 more matches today, I believe, and some more matches tomorrow here on Speed Gaming. We've also got a bunch going on in the secondary tournament over on the Link to the Past randomizer channel, so make sure to stay tuned to all your favorite randomizer related Twitch channels for all the rando that you can stando, and we will see you all during those. So with that being said, my name is Dr. Bob Tastic.
I'm TGE.
And I'll be signing off.
Bye.